Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary Mullin, for being here. Let me just begin real quickly by following up on something that you've recently stated. Recently, it was indicated that you had threatened to have your department pull custom agents from Newark Liberty Airport, among other airports. The idea that thousands of international travelers arriving in the United States for the World Cup could be turned around at the airport is not only obscured, but reckless and dangerous. That is why a broad coalition of industry groups, including the Chamber of Commerce, the U.S. Travel Association, and the Airlines for America are strongly opposing your plan, noting that it will cause chaos for travelers, fights, and our economy, while also posing safety risk. Today, Mr. Secretary, would you commit to not pulling any custom officers at Newark International Airport?
Ma'am, first of all, I want to thank you. You've been sitting in front of me this whole time, and your demeanor has been very polite, and I do appreciate that. That speaks a lot about someone. My whole purpose of having to flex with personnel was because prior to the Governor Sherrill allowing the state police and local police to respond, they were saying they didn't have the resources. We were having officers get hit. We were having employees have a hard time getting in and out of work. Their vehicles were getting damaged. Federal vehicles are getting damaged. And what we have to do is prioritize our resources. So as long as they're still cooperating, which they are, and it worked out great when the state police showed up and local police showed up and started taking control of their streets, we can secure our building. But when we got to make ways for our employees to get in and out of work because their vehicles are getting damaged, they're getting threatened, we have to prioritize our
Secretary,
staff.
I'm so sorry. I know.
I'm just trying to answer your question.
No, I appreciate it. It sounds to me like you're agreeing that you will not be pulling any of the officers from the Newark International Airport, so long as the two entities are able to work, and it appears as though that there is cooperation being held.
As long as the cooperation continues, yes,
well.
ma'am, that is correct.
Thank you so very much. I just want to, I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to make sure that I get an opportunity to ask the other questions. As you know, last week I conducted a visit to Delaney Hall. This was an oversight of a rogue facility that should, in my opinion, be shut down. What I witnessed was shocking. Delaney Hall cannot provide the basic need of human beings being held there. It is a stain on New Jersey and on our country. Detainees are being given moldy bread and lunch meat. In fact, while I was there, that was clearly shown to me where there was actual mold on the lunch meat. Those are the kind of food that they are being served, food with worms and absolutely filthy water. They are not receiving adequate medical care. Let me just ask, Mr. Secretary, when the New Jersey Department of Health arrived to examine conditions, they were initially turned away. They were later allowed to enter only into the kitchen and nowhere else. Not any of the medical bays, not the sleeping areas, not bathrooms, nothing. That was absolutely inappropriate, and it's a disgrace that they were not allowed. New Jersey continues to push for full access, but ICE and the GEO, please tell me otherwise, groups have refused. Can you commit to granting New Jersey Department of Health full access? Can we get your cooperation to the facility to ensure basic sanitary conditions that are being met?
We allow them to enter the facility and inspect areas that they are contracted and legally able to inspect. Not all because it is a federal location, not all state inspectors have access to it. There is federal inspectors. But let me point out that not one single fine this year has been given to Delaney, yet in your own state penitentiaries, they have over 8,000 complaints because of medical conditions, because of sleeping conditions, because of facility conditions that's filed annually with the state penitentiary. We don't even touch that. There's been 333 in Delaney I would say we probably need to spend as much time looking at their state penitentiaries as to do Delaney, but
Mr.
Delaney's a political
Secretary.
topic. It's
Yeah.
not, it's
No,
not.
I don't want to make it a political.
It
We're
is.
we're not talking about individuals that have had their due process and were sentenced to go to jail in a correction facility. We're talking about people who are detained, have yet not to be proven, given the opportunity for due process in order for them to be granted one decision or the other. Very, very different situation that we're talking about here. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Chairman, I yield back.
Support journalism you trust. Support PBS News. Donate now, or even better, start a monthly contribution today.